EA Sports coverage of PGA Tour Golf brings us to the home of the President's Cup in 2022 and future home of the PGA Championship in 2025 as we're at Quail Hollow here in suburban Charlotte. Hello again and welcome. I'm Rich Lerner. We will check in with Notah Begay III and Iona Stephen as we move along, but I'm pleased as always to be joined in the 18th tower by a man who won 15 times around the world, Frank Nobilo. And Frank, looking forward to what should be a fun afternoon of golf.
Yeah, very much so, Rich. When you've waited all morning, those afternoon rounds are a little special, aren't they? I'm really looking, though, for today to see if they come out of the gates nice and quick. That's for sure. I know the finish here is always important, but get out of the gates quick and then see if you can finish the job this afternoon.
No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. So in the fairway, but a pretty good number to carry here for a second to the par 5. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Okay, that's finished off for a par. The 11th hole was lengthened in recent years, making this a pretty challenging par 4. What do you think, Frank?
It is, Rich. The two bunkers down the left side are almost all the distances that you would think of if you lay up or you go for it with a driver. So you have to respect that and just go a little right. It's a lovely tee shot, the way in which it flows in amongst the trees, though, on either side. And a deceptively quick green from back to front.
Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Notah Begay III.
151 yards left, standing on even par, looking to go under for the day.
That's a good shot, and more importantly, too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
That one just going to sneak on by. So that's in for his par, and he'll remain even for his round. We arrive here at the 456-yard 12th. Another beautiful par 4 here at Quail Hollow. There are plenty. No real trouble to speak of. If you find the fairway off the tee, you'll have a good angle at this green. Yeah, just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there.
It's a solid shot and a green in regulation, but a little away from the band.
Okay, can't take putts that length for granted, but that's in for a par. Up next, the first par 3 on the backside here at Quail Hollow, 208-yard 13. Carry the bunker front left, and a chance at birdie is yours. Okay, that's going to end up right in the middle of the green. This one's going to need to carry some pace with it. A long one for birdie. Back up the slope. He's 11 feet away. Okay, that's a good putt, and back-to-back pars are going to keep him at even for the round. Now to the par 4 14th. It's only 344 yards, not long by today's standards, but Frank, everywhere you look, there's trouble.
Exactly. And a lot of people just sort of pull the head cover off the driver and they try and fly it on the front edge of the screen. You actually don't have to do that. You can take a 3-wood, land the ball about 30 or 40 yards short, and just let the ball run just short of the green. And it's a fairly straightforward up and down to just about anywhere on the screen. If you hit driver, you've only got one chance, and that has to be perfect.
Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. The big drive got him here. Now a short one for his second. A 6-footer now for birdie. Yes, nicely done. It's in for birdie, and it's into red figures now at 1 under par. We now come to the final par 5 of the day, the picturesque 577-yard 15th dogleg left with a second shot over water. This hole is not for the faint of heart.
That's the beauty.
That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in really good position here on the par 5. Okay, nothing to it. Nice work there. It's a birdie, and it moves him to 2 under on the round. Here it is, folks, the Green Mile, one of the most daunting finishing stretches in the game. It begins with a 506-yard par 4 16th, a dogleg to the right, demanding a draw on the second shot to take on the water. Missed the green right, and it is a treacherous downhill shot to a green that runs away to the water. Good luck. And that one's going to hit hard. get a little bit of run out, and that is going to wind up just fine. A birdie putt now at 16.
And players have a option to take less break by increasing the speed here.
Nope. Okay, that one cleaned up without any issue, and that is a par. So much can happen here at the 17th. Par 3, 223 yards. This is where tournaments are won or lost, and it's also the signature hole here at Quail Hollow. What do you think of it, Frank?
It's tough, Rich. It really is, because you have to make a decision. It plays about half a club downhill. That's 5 yards. And then the tendency is to try and aim it too straight, or in layman's term, try and hit too good a shot. Please, just aim a little to the right. Put another yard or two on your tee shot to the right side. Just respect that. And then you'll have an outside chance of making two. You will gain on the field. I promise you.
Pretty big left to righter here for birdie. Nah, needed that to turn a little more, but it hung out wide. So we'll clean that up. It's par, and he'll remain at 2 under for his round. Our day at beautiful Quail Hollow ends with a 494-yard par 4 18th. Downhill tee shot is framed with a nasty bunker on the right and a stream on the left side. The uphill second shot can still land in the stream on the left, so delicacy is required. And that will do just fine. Final approach shot of the day here at 18. Frank, what's the key?
A nice high shot that just holds from that left side would be perfect. But it's so hard to get the ball all the way back because this second shot is played slightly uphill, nearly 3/4 of a club.
Good clean contact and a nice result, and a chance for birdie coming up. Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. 2 under on the day. Another thriller from here at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. And for all of us here at EA Sports, so long until next time. Now, from the prestigious Quail Hollow Club here in Charlotte, North Carolina, this is EA Sports coverage of PGA Tour Golf. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for. And I don't want to see the head going down. I want to see that every single shot is a chance to do something special. There could be a chip. Maybe the chip goes in. Maybe it's a 30-footer that goes in. Maybe a drive gets rifled down the fairway. Do something special.
So 9 holes is all we're going to get to on our round today. We'll play the back 9, and we get started on the par 5 10. Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole.
Two solid shots, gets close to this par 5 green in 2. I know the ball's in the rough, but it's not too bad. With a good short game, perhaps birdie.
Let's bring in Notah Begay III for a look at birdie.
And this is one where you just got to keep the hands and the wrists quiet and get it started online.
Tough start to the backside, Frank.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well, too. You start losing confidence with the putter early on.
Yep, good work not to let that get away, and that's in for a par. This par 4 11th at 462 yards with a slight dogleg to the left is all about positioning, and with one good tee shot, carry the corner and avoid that bunker right at the elbow, you're going to be able to attack and maybe walk off with a birdie 3. And that one looked good for a while, but it's going to get gobbled up by that bunker.
That's a really good shot out of the fairway bunker. A chance to make a birdie.
This is a 13-footer. Ah, yes, very well read. To 1 under now for the day. Par 4 12th hole is pretty to look at, but you can't stare at it too long, Frank, because it demands all of your attention.
Very much a corridor of a par 4 down there. I don't think you have to hit driver down here. You see a lot of players in the tournament, they'll only hit 3-wood, just find the fairway. Ball will kick a little bit to the right. The reason why you don't want to miss this fairway or mess with the trees is because this green is built up and it has the 2 bunkers that narrow the front entrance. So a fairway you must find.
Frank, we always say about Quail Hollow, you have to play with a clear head. You have to be thinking your way around this golf course. So what's the right thought process on this second shot?
Keep the ball in the right section. That front portion there, you can't afford to go long when the flag's there. Conversely, when the flag's in the back, you can't afford to be putting up and over that ridge. So you've got to be flying that ball all the way back there.
Here we go. This one for birdie. Got it there, but not quite on target. So that in for his par, and it'll keep him at 1 under. All right, here's the first par 3 on the backside here at Quail Hollow. It is the 208-yard 13th hole. Solid shot, and sometimes solid throughout the round, will win the day. A birdie opportunity here at 13.
And a bit of concern here coming straight down the hill, but one thing in his favor, there isn't a whole lot of break.
Oh yeah, that one poured right in. A terrific effort there for a birdie here at the par 3. Here's another chance, a chance to be a hero. It's a par 4, and it's just under 350 yards. Give it some thought. You're feeling limber. You're launching them a long ways. How about this par 4? And that one not quite able to hang on. It's into the bunker. All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. Yes, a good look at that one all the way in. It's a birdie that pushed that score to 3 under for the round. 15th hole, the par 5 is 577 yards and a chance here to really turn the momentum in your favor.
You're right, Rich. Very much a swing hole because eagles are in play, 6s and 7s are also in play. Requires a long tee shot. You can say that on any par 5, but a long one downhill is going to go even further. And then if you've got the ability to hit your second shot very, very high, if you can do that, you can carry the front bunker, and then you start to bring eagle in play. But with a tee shot or with a second shot, and 6s, 7s, anything's in play.
Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5, Frank. Got everything out of that.
Yeah, it did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
4 feet now for birdie. Okay, good work from off the green, and that's how you walk away with a birdie here at the par 5. It is one of the more famous stretches, or should I say infamous stretches in golf. It depends on how you play it. We start at the 16th hole. 16, 17, and 18. They call it the Green Mile, and it begins with the 506-yard par 4 16. No issues here. That is into the fairway. This is an approach shot that will really test a player. Second to the 16th. Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Yes, smart play from that distance. Just use the putter to make sure you get the line, and this one goes down for a birdie. As if 16 wasn't hard enough, now you take a look at this 190-yard par 3 17th, almost entirely over water to that green. Take a deep breath, refocus, and hit a shot. Safely aboard, front right portion of the green, and then outside look at birdie. Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Well, there's a fairly significant slope to take into account here. In terms of the break, it is going to move a hair from right to left, so 2 key things to focus on.
Frank, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
How about 5 under par for the day? Here we go, the par 4 18th, the final 494 yards of this Green Mile, and it is no walk in the park, is it, Frank?
No, and the decision you have to make on the tee as well, Rich. You can see the stream all the way down the left side, plus the bunker on the right. So the decision is, do I hit 3-wood or something just short of the bunker, around 290 yards, or do I have a club that can go 320 to the narrowest part of the fairway? So, fairway, longer shot, risk, shorter shot, your decision.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. This from 7 feet. Boy, nothing seems to faze this guy. He's been rock solid all round long, and he comes away with a par. Frank, once again, we saw a lot of outstanding golf here at Quail Hollow.
And we saw why this is such a great driver's course.
Today, from the teeth of the dog course at the seaside Casa de Campo Resort in the Dominican Republic, this is EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. With Frank Navalo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on, so I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green, Rich. I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green. If you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways greens. That's the secret.
So we're just going to get in a quick 9 here. Let's start on the back at the par 4 10th hole. "13 feet away." That's going to scoot a foot or two by. Cleans that up in the hole. Here's another pretty big par 5. In fact, the second 600-yardish in the last 3 holes. And like the other par 5s here, chance at an eagle if you hit a big drive. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. It is one of the more satisfying shots in golf, isn't it? Downwind to a par 5 the second, you knock it on. Chance for eagle.
Certainly shortens up the par 5, that wind at your back, Rich, but you can just surf the wind. Just leave that ball carry and just sail towards the green.
This only about 5 feet for birdie. Yes, very methodically done, and that one in for a birdie. This par 4 12th is pretty straightforward, a bit under 500. It's just all about airing out the big stick. Good poke here, sets you up for a second shot. You'd be happy to walk out with a 4, but A couple of good ones, and maybe it's birdie. And that is dead center, right down the middle here to start the hole. Walking the course today, let's bring in Notah Begay III.
109 yards left to the hole, coming off a birdie on the previous, looking for 2 in a row.
That's not too bad. Good shot. Inside 20 feet, I would imagine. So a good chance, really. Outside chance for birdie. That's the cruelest thing about this game, Rich. I mean, it's just now it's another shot.
So we'll finish that off for his par to remain 1 under for the round. This is the first par 3 on the back. It is not as visually stunning maybe as some of the other par 3s, but it is challenging. You need to be accurate with your tee shot here. You can see it's almost an island with that bunkering around the green. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. Yeah, good concentration there. That's a distance where a putt could get away, but that in for a par. Scoring opportunity right here at the 14th. It's a short par 5. It's just under 500 yards. See that long bunker running down the right side? Water further right of that. If you're accurate here, if you're sensible, good chance to get out of here with a birdie. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. That's it. 2 solid shots right there, Frank.
Certainly taking advantage of this par 5 and comfortably on for 2.
Oh, yeah. That's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an eagle 3. Superb. Here's another one of those holes where you just want to soak it all in. You want to stand on the tee box, stare at the Caribbean, and then you realize, I have work to do. That's a lot harder hitting that tee shot than it is staring at those beautiful blue waters. A little over 80 yards here as he gets set for his second. Oh, that's how you do it right there. The approach misses the target, but the putter coming through from off the green, and that is a bit of a surprise birdie. What do you think of this? This famous par 3 16th hole measuring around 200 yards. Fanged-like bunkers surrounding the green. Look like teeth of the dog. This is some hole. All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up. A birdie putt now at 16.
And all things considered, he's in a pretty good spot. It might move gently to his right as it works back up the slope.
4 under on the day. This golf course just doesn't quit, does it? More magnificent views of the ocean on the right. And this, the 17th, is the toughest hole on the backside. It all looks so simple when you're going good, doesn't it? And that is yet another solid drive. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Oh man, that is almost unfair. Ricochets off the pin and caroms away, leaving some work to save par. Beautifully done right there. That's how you keep good rounds going. A terrific putt to save par. Now the finishing hole here at Teeth of the Dog, Casa de Campo, one of the strangest golf holes you will see, complete with a runway going right through it. A siren would go off when a plane was approaching, up until 1999, that is, when the runway was closed. Yeah, this used to be a landing strip. Noticeable breeze coming right to left as he eyes his second.
Well, if that's the last iron shot of the day, it's absolutely gorgeous.
5 feet now for birdie. Yeah, the good play continues now to 5 under on the day. Well, that'll wrap it up for us today. We saw a lot of great golf, Frank.
The course was good. It was gettable for some, but, in the end, it really...
EA Sports coverage of PGA Tour golf brings us to one of the more picturesque golf courses in the Northeast as we come to you from Liberty National Golf Club, just across the bay from Lower Manhattan. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner, pleased to be joined by Frank Nobilo. Frank, late tee time here this evening. We should have plenty of light to get us through, but tell me what you're going to be watching for today.
Just the round developing, Rich, is the big thing. You know, you've seen how the golf course can play during the course of the day. I don't know, evening light's different too. You know, if we get a good afternoon this afternoon, that flag is just going to stick out. I think it should be tremendous.
So we're just going to get in a quick 9 here. Let's start on the back at the par 4 10th hole. Down on the course, let's check in with Notah Begay III.
He's got 154 yards to the front, 154 to the hole. Pin just on the front edge.
Well, the easy part's done. It's on the green. The hard part now is a long putt coming up.
Not only a long putt, but a bending putt. Strong right to left in this one. They'll be very pleased just to get this one within a couple of feet. Yeah, that's good pace. Just a little offline, but not too bad from that far away. Okay, no problem with that one. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. And he gets that to drop. Back-to-back pars here on 10 and 11 to begin his backside. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. From the fairway, 98 yards remaining for his second.
Good shot. Safely on the green and a birdie chance.
This now for birdie at 12.
Yeah, it's just very slightly up the hill. I don't think it's going to move more than a ball or so to the right.
The line perfect there, and that's in for a birdie.
That is an excellent tee shot, and now this par 5 is certainly within reach. I dare say a touch too aggressive. Try to fly it all the way and expect it to hold. That is very ambitious. Look what's happened.
"17-foot putt here." Not a problem. That's in for birdie, and that score moves to 2 under par. Okay, fortunate there. That ball hops onto the green, and he'll be left with that for his birdie. So that's in for his par, and it'll keep him at 2 under for his round. Yeah, just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there.
Oh, I always knew that was going to be a good shot when it left the club face. What's that, 8 or 9 feet? Excellent shot.
8 feet now for birdie. Yeah, walk that one right in. That's a good putt. And it's in for a birdie. Oh, this is a big chance, but it's looking good. I mean, that is a sight to behold. What a spectacular shot we just saw on the par 4 with a drive in one. Speed was right what you want, but the eagle putt doesn't go down. Okay, his fine play continues. He is dialed in as the short birdie putt here gets him to 4 under for his round. Boy, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot. Second shot coming up, just 97 yards left to the flagstick. And this is looking really good.
Well, I don't have my tape measure out, but that looks like, 6-7 feet in there, but that is an excellent approach shot.
A dead-on look here for birdie. Yeah, can't take those for granted. Good concentration there, and it's in for a birdie. Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Second shot, good look at the green.
Well, I don't have my tape measure out, but that looks like, 6-7 feet in there, but that is an excellent approach shot.
Now this for another birdie. Okay, just how you draw it up. That one in for a birdie. So for Frank Nobilo and all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long for now. EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to showcase the finest young golfers from around the globe. From just west of Calgary at Banff Springs, it's live first-round coverage of the Canadian Championship. What might we have in store for us over the course of these next 4 days? We've got big names, we've got dark horses, we've got it all as we look at the leaderboard on this Thursday. Some good names up there, including our leader. We'll pick up the action here on the tee at the par 3 10th. A very sensible play there, right in the middle of the green. We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
Now, it would be tempting to leave this one short. You can worry so much about the break that you forget to hit it. Demands a firm stroke.
That was low from the start. Safely in. It's a par here at the 10th, and he'll remain at 4 under. So off the long par 3 10th, we are at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4, Frank.
It looks like a straightaway par 4, Rich, but if anything, the hole actually bends to the left, and you really want to follow that natural contour of that. Just sort of draw it off those bunkers on the right, or just simply carry it over the ones on the left. But ideally, down the left side, it avoids that pine tree that's further down.
Boy, a good round going here on this Thursday, and that another fine effort off the tee. Let's bring in Nota Begay III. Nota, this player very simply has the look of a winner. The bounce in the step, the smile, the ease with which they're playing this next round. Nothing like getting that first win in your hip pocket, right? You know it.
Well, over the course of your career, there's a handful of things that you always remember. You remember your first win as a junior golfer. You remember your first big win as an amateur. Now, your first win as a professional sticks in your mind for the rest of your life, but this is the professional game. You've got to keep building.
Okay, well done. It is a par here at 11, and he'll stay right where he is. Frank, what are we looking at here at the par 4 12, 442 yards?
Players are really focused on that bunker down the left side. That's the one that has to be either laid up, which would be 286 yards off the tee, or sort of worked off. This could very well be a 3-wood off the tee. Just hit it straight at that left bunker.
He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there. He'll be factoring in this breeze in his face as he sets for a second. Oh man, it looked good initially, but rolled off the green and back into the fairway. That stings. Oh, is that any good? Perfect.
That was tracking pretty well, too. That could have gone in for the same price.
That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And he'll remain right where he is. Well, Frank, here's another pretty long par 3, the 13th here at Banff Springs, 225 yards. What's the right play?
Well, unless they have that flag all the way in the back, that first 2/3 of the green is just like a nice big circle. You hit it anywhere on that, you're going to have a putt of some 20, 25 feet maximum for birdie.
That's going to be on the putting surface and a birdie look straight ahead. We turn to Notah Begay III for this look at birdie.
Well, and he's had great conversion on putts like this. Even when he's not close to the hole, he's left himself with very makeable opportunities.
Okay, safely in for par here at 13, and he'll remain at 6 under par. This a good position to be in after day one for our featured golfer. Just a shot back and playing well.
Yeah, there or thereabouts. I think that's a good indicator.
EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to feature some of the best young talent in the world of golf. From the Canadian Rockies and Banff Springs, live second-round coverage of the Canadian Championship. Things starting to slowly take shape here on this Friday. For some, it is a race for the top prize. For others, it's a fight to stick around for the weekend as we show you the leaderboard. A number of folks in contention, including our leader. We'll get right out to the action here as we head to the tee at the par 4 first.
In golf, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that to do over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
Oh, how good a read is that? It is a birdie at the opening hole. And fresh off the 65 in round one, he'll move to 1 under for his round today. Moving now to the 171-yard par 3 second. Avoid the series of 6 bunkers in and around the green, and birdie might be yours. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. That finished off for par here with the second, and he'll remain 1 shot back. Frank, how about the first par 5 on the golf course here at the third, just a shade under 530 yards. Good birdie opportunity?
It certainly is. There's 3 bunkers just down that left side. Avoid those, and this par 5, very reachable.
That will do just fine. Well within range from here. A second now to the par 5. But that one had to feel good.
Well, it struck it so well, you could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Had a pretty good run at it. That would have been a nice eagle, but couldn't quite find the line. A 4-footer here for birdie. Okay, nicely done. That's in for birdie here at 3. And he gets it to 2 under for today's round and 8 under for the tournament. Frank, when you play Banff, you get some of these wow moments where you stand on the tee and you say, ooh, look at
this is one. Yeah, this is one of them, Rich. Yeah, that the elevation change from tee to green is quite dramatic. Consequently, you're going to have to club down a little, at least 2 clubs shorter than what that yardage says on the card.
Okay, that one's dancing. Let's see if he can knock this in. It's for birdie. Oh, good run going here early. This is birdies at 3 and 4. And with it, he'll take over the top spot on the leaderboard here on this Friday. 5th hole here at Banff Springs is really all about accuracy. At 424 yards, it's not overly long, but you can see the dog leg left and there are fairway bunkers on both sides. So you want to keep this baby in play. And then same on the approach. There's sand back, left, and right. This is all about keeping the ball in front of you. Just what you want to do. Land it in the fairway, get a little bit of rollout, and that is a good shot.
That's a good shot, and more importantly, too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
Oh, yes, indeed. The line there, perfect. It is in for a birdie. And that's going to move him to 8 under. So for our featured golfer, Frank, they're in good position here for the weekend. Just a couple of shots back of our leader.
Basically, it's just birdie, bogey, and the tie.
EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to bring you this look at the future stars in the sport of golf. Just minutes off the Trans-Canada Highway, Banff Springs, the site for live third-round coverage of the Canadian Championship. Rich Lerner here in our tower overlooking the 18th green. Frank Nobilo is by my side. Out on the course, we've got Notah Begay III and Iona Stephen as we check the Saturday leaderboard. A lot of folks fighting for the title, including our leader. So out to the action we go as we join the play on the tee at the par 5 7th hole. Trying to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. That one brushed in. It is a birdie here at 7. Will certainly help the cause. Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank. Only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15 foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there, and maybe just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
That one safely on the putting surface. Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
And this is going to need a little push to get it up the slope, but other than that, I don't see a whole lot of left to right in this.
Slow down. Okay, that'll run about 4 feet by. Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and he'll stay a couple of shots off the lead. Just love the variety here on the front side, Frank, coming off that short par 3/8. Now we go to another par 5 to round out the side, 501 yards.
And the third par 5, interesting front 9 here. 3 par 5s, 3 par 3s, and 3 par 4s. This one, not the longest par 5, but still reachable. This one, you have to be a little bit careful, though. This is probably the toughest driving hole on the front 9 with regard to par 5s.
Definitely within range of getting home in, too. This, his second. Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. Oh yeah, that's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an Eagle 3. Superb. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We are back on this beautiful day here at Banff Springs in the Canadian Rockies, set to kick off all the action on the back 9. The 10th begin with a par 3, Frank, 218 yards.
And I have no idea why this is called Little Bow, because over 200 yards, you really have to bow up with this tee shot here, that's for sure. Bending there, you need something that comes out of the gate very, very straight and with a decent height on it as well, if you want to land on that left side of the green and make it stop.
Yeah, that one came in a little hot. It's safely on, but it'll be a long look coming up. Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. This is well back there and into the hill. Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. So that's in for par to start this backside. And he's going to remain 1 shot off the pace. On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrower than what your eye first sees. And the reason why, there's a tree sort of another 40, 50 yards down the right side past that bunker. So if you hog that right side, that tree can become a little bit of a problem for the second shot.
Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole. Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green.
That's a head scratcher. That approach shot from relatively close in. I would have been looking at 10 to 15 feet.
Get up. Get there. Sensational. What a putt there from a long way out. That somehow goes down for a birdie. And he's got it to 14 under par. So could tomorrow be the day for our featured golfer? 2 wins on the Korn Ferry Tour already. A third, that's an automatic. EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour bring you the best young talent in the world of golf. From the province of Alberta and Banff Springs Golf Course, live final round coverage of the Canadian Championship. Well, we have already seen 3 scintillating, sometimes spectacular rounds of golf. By the time twilight comes calling later today, we will have a champion as we check the Sunday leaderboard. Our leader here on this Sunday is our featured golfer. His cushion is a full 4 shots as he gets set to tee off.
That's not too bad. Good shot. Inside 20 feet, I would imagine. So a good chance, really, outside chance for birdie.
This has really been fun to watch. The evolution, the growth of an outstanding young player. And Notah now with a chance to win 2 in a row on the Korn Ferry Tour. What have you seen as you've watched the last couple of tournaments?
Well, winning in consecutive weeks is about as common as seeing a $2 bill, which is you don't see it very often. And in this particular case, can the confidence garnered from that first win carry on to a second?
We start the finishing stretch here at Banff Springs with the 414-yard par 4 16th. Right center off the tee is best here to avoid the bunker front left of the fairway. And the approach shot should favor the left to avoid 2 massive greenside bunkers on the right. From an ideal location, middle of the fairway, this is second.
Well, the ball is on the green. That's about all I can say with that. With a short wedge in hand, you'd expect that certainly be much closer than that.
Footer. Right on line all the way. It is a par here at 16. And this one close to being over as it'll remain a 5-shot cushion. Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Rich. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. It'll set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with a second shot. And really a chance to have a fast finish.
From well down the fairway, this a bit of a tricky distance for his second. Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And the lead is up to a full 6 shots on the rest of the field. Here we are at the 18th at Banff Springs, 578-yard par 5. Frank, did you like to finish a round with a par 5?
Certainly if I could birdie it, that's for sure. And there's a good chance here at 18 you can, but there's bunkers galore. They're all in play for various standards of play. But the reward is if you can pump one down the middle of the fairway there, and then you reduce this par 5 to simply a drive and an iron.
That one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Yeah, how about that? Birdie then eagle at 17 and 18. So this, a tremendous week of golf. And in the end, for our featured player, Frank gets a third career victory.
And a good one. They're starting to come a little quicker. I think confidence is starting to grow. It'll be really interesting these next 12 months to see if they can absolutely springboard from this position.
So that'll do it for my partner here in the tower, Frank Nobilo. For Nota Begay, I own